Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2 testing. Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and get over here to let's see what we got here. All right, so over here on the scans, I just see SONN up. Doesn't look like it has any news or anything, up 29%. I have been dabbling around in Benzinga, you know, over the weekend and this morning and all of that. I added some new things up here just to experiment with. So they have a tab called Signals. I've been looking at this, and it actually gives you signals of things that are moving right now. Um, you can see up here we got BMNR got a signal that it dropped 14%. SBRE got two signals. It is up 7%. And so I was looking through this and just seeing, hey, what can I see from this? So over here you can see if things spike up, spike down, but I'm more interested in things spiking up instead of down. You can also see the halts. If something halts, it'll give you a halt. I just passed one. It'll give you like a halt or halt resumption time. Also the opening gaps, you can always check that, and you can always add filters to this as well. So mine right now is filtered for share float, and yeah, it's pretty nice. I like that. But still, I want things to align my scanner. Things that we see here on this price spike or whatever, you know, still need to meet that volume and all of the other things that I kind of like. Let's go ahead and go over to Federal Reserve Board. Today is the 7th. Do we have any speakers, anything like that? No, we do not. So we're good to go. This is our first full week of the month. So we'll see how that goes. Let me see what's going on over here on Yahoo. Let me refresh this. All right, Trump warns of extra 10% tariff on anti-American bricks. Okay. U.S. stock futures fall as Trump turns up tariff heat. Weak oil and gas. What is oil doing right now? Did it continue to drop? Oh, okay. So it just didn't really break out like we thought from last week with the big beautiful bill passing. Hasn't really broke out. It came up here and tested the 66 and then dropped, and now it's back up here treading the line of 66, but it's a lower high. So let's see what else we got. Tesla stock sinks as Musk American or America Party worries investors. Go look at Tesla. Oops. Yes, sirree. Nice little gap down there. Gap from 312 all the way to under $3 or under $300. 312 down to 300. And it looks like it's revisiting some type of price level. I don't even know when I put this price level here. Let's see. 11, so November 2024 is when I put this on here for some reason. Not gonna go and look at that because I don't usually trade Tesla. Good morning, Crawdad. So I was sitting out here, you know, seeing what I can see. I saw SONN up here, but it just doesn't have any kind of catalyst or anything. It's up 33%. Over here on, let's see, where's my movers? Here's another tab that I found as far as movers on the day in Benzinga. So basically, you can select whether you want to do gain. So here's the selection. You can do gainers and losers. You can do just gainers, which I have it set to just gainers. Pre-market. If you do regular, it'll give you the previous day's movers. Or if you do after hours, it'll give you the previous day's after hours. But I got pre-market set. The period for mine is just the session. So just the pre-market session. Market cap. I really don't need a market cap. I don't really know why that's there. But yeah. I think that's there automatically. Volume. Really don't have a volume set there. And float and price above that too. But yeah, SONN and then SVRE popping up here as well. I think I do need to put volume on there though, because I don't want to see all of these. Let's customize this and just say, hey, get me 1 million shares in volume. There we go. And now we cut down the list to these 4. And these are the ones that are actually stocks, SONN and SVRE. Go see what SVRE is. All right, so let's jump over here to the charts. Remember the disclaimer that day trading is definitely risky. You can get your you can get a nice little shave out here if you're not careful. But yeah, let's jump over to the charts here. This is a 15-minute for Sun, and then SVRE pumped up here. I do not see any news for SVRE. Let me see. SVRE. Gotta have something, right? Okay, it had a filing on July 2nd, and it had its last news on June 18th, so no recent news on this one. We're looking at the 15-minute time frame right now on S, and it's also only got 2 million shares traded in comparison to Sun's 10 million shares traded, but both of them have no catalyst. So very interesting moves that it is doing right here. Up 43% now. BMNR, what are you doing? This one, man, I had all kinds of things drawn on this one. I was like, but you know, the news is what really kind of kept me out of this one. The goal was for them to reach $4.50. This thing ran all the way to $161. I'm like, at what point do people just start dumping this? You know, the target was 450, and I'm just awaiting some type of offering or something on this. Cable said traded Sun earlier in pre-market 5% on the rebound. Didn't know it could keep going. Yeah, it did keep going, but I don't know why it's keeping going. That's the only thing. And then SVRE also breaking over this ATR high here and throwing up a wick all the way to 337. So we'll see about that too. Where's SVRE from? Let me go look at its original, its origin point. SVRE. And we'll look at these daily charts real quick too. is they're from Israel. Okay, Israeli stock, and then what's this other one? SONN. This is a New Jersey stock, Summit Therapeutics Holdings. A biotechnology company owns a platform for biologic medicines of single and bifunction action. Let's see if there are any keywords in here, including ovarian cancer, non-small cell lung cancer, head and neck cancer. So there's a little bit of cancer, kind of keywords in this one in Summit. Okay. SVRE is a Israeli stock though. So let's go look at the daily charts on both of these. We'll start with Sun just because it has more volume. Okay. So first of all, let me delete, clear the drawing set. Actually, I guess I do have to clear them instead of create, remove. Okay, yeah, I gotta clear them. All right. Anyway, this is where Sun was on Friday, 392, broke over this 441. Broke over this 480, traded all the way up to 664. So right around this tip right here, the right drawing tool, somewhere in between here, but has no catalyst. So we'll see if it continues to stay below these levels. Daily resistance. And edit daily resistance. All right. Then for the other one, SVRE closed up Friday all the way down here around the $2 and now is at 260 something. So had this little gap fill right in here that could become some type of whatever. But I'm gonna put my reminder out here that this is an Israeli stock and may or may not catch the love on the day. A lot of these get choppy. Sometimes they grind higher, but the grind is what kills me. It's not good for day trading. Israeli, and then they didn't have any catalysts. No day one catalyst yet. I'll put yet on there. No day one catalyst yet. Let me do that on 15 minutes so it'll make more sense. All right, so down here. Israeli, no day one catalyst. There we go. All right, and then let's bump over to Sun. Oh wow, BMNR still moving up, retesting these levels. 135, very low volume, not even a million shares on BMNR. And then Sonnet, SONN. This one was the it's got some type of cancer, but it really needs a catalyst on the day. Cancer keywords. That's what I'll put on this one. No day one catalyst, but cancer keywords out of New Jersey. New Jersey. We got cancer keywords, biotech. Where's biotech and what else? And no day one catalyst. Okay, there we go. All right, so we got those two. Let's jump back over to Benzing and see if nope, it's just showing these two that we're looking at, Sun and SVRE. SVRE just making the R ball that we like to see, but both of them around 30%, so not super impressive on the day. And we'll see how people feel about these two. We looked at the daily chart. Now let's jump over to the 15 minutes on both of these. So of course it brushed up there at the top. 15 minute on this one. Really don't have any trends yet. I mean, I could do a trend there, but I don't know. Doesn't have any catalyst, so I don't know what reason it would have to hold there. SVRE. It's a long way to go to get back to that top. 338 up there. It'll have to do it on this candle to actually probably make a significant move. But if it hangs around here, it might get knocked down. But right now they are battling SVRE with 4 million shares traded on it. BMNR, huge drop back down from the 134s. So that is a $10 drop there on BMNR. Low volume. Quite nasty. All right, let's jump down to these lower time frames too. 5 minutes on Sun. Sun kind of looks a little choppy in here on the 5 minute. Let's go to the 1 minute. Yeah. Yeah, looks like it's on that struggle bus on the 1 minute. Has a low of $5 that has been trying to hold up, but it's running out of gas. We'll see where the volume wants to go there. SVRE. Also a little choppy here. Top side of this is the 283. It's right on this ATR high, and where that gap fill level is where it's sitting. But no catalyst on the day. We'll see if shorts get really aggressive towards this one with no catalyst on the day. Or are they going to let it kill them? Point of control right there at 272. Let me read some of these chats. Let's see. For real on the grind, like ain't trying to hold. Yeah, these are hard to hold when there's no catalyst. People are very, and that's how you know the market is full of humans. Because with no catalyst, people do just drop shares. They're like, oh wow, yeah, this looks bad. Drop. And if you're not of the same mind, you're like, oh no, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. It's coming up. It's coming back. But yeah, I was going through these different tabs in Benzinga earlier, and I found these the signal tab, which is great for letting you know what is popping up. It gives you like real-time signals, like NCPL popped up here. You can also use filters and things like that. You can see the halt resumptions, all this stuff, price spikes up and down. Like you can see BMNR is all over here because it's been throwing down and up all morning on that low volume. And you can, I believe you can set volume, right? Set volume in here, volume, average volume. No, I don't see regular volume. No, I don't see it. Let me see. Notifications. Okay, you can get dings about whatever, but still, I think the scanner is better because the scanner is going to meet your specific criteria. This is just going to say, hey, this is spiking up or down, or this is in a halt, up or down, or opening gap, or highs or lows, or whatever you're looking for. And the other tab that I was looking at is the movers tab, right? So basically, I have this one where I'm looking for things with at least 1 million shares traded, float of 10 million. and it's pulled up these four, which is SVRE, Sun, and these other ones, these indexes over here. But I can always change the float, but I'm for pre-market. For pre-market, I'm looking for a float of under 10 million, so we can see some explosion. But during the day, my other scanner will catch anything else that's over there. SVRE, what you doing? Why you going up like that? What you got going? All right, so SVRE had a little spike down here, 248. But I don't know if I could do a trend. I guess that would be some type of, some type of trend there. But I'm looking for this one to break down instead of up. It's got that. Let's see. Maybe had a couple spikes down here. But I don't know what it's going to respect. I don't know. But like I said, the Israeli stocks, this is how they trade a lot of times. They'll get you in, have you buy a breakout, and then you're down, what? Let's say if you oversized into this 1,000 shares at 292, now where are you at? 40 cents away from where you were. And it slashed both of these so-called uptrends, these imaginary lines. And now it's looking at this ATR high here as a little bit of resistance. ATR high is sitting at 268. Right back down to that 30%. Cable says, if you know of any way to filter for just like a sector's news catalyst instead of like waiting for signals? Yes. Yeah, so they actually have a news feed over here. Oh, where's my news feed? News feed right here in Benzinga. And you can actually instead of waiting for the news, you can actually say, okay, well, here are my sources that I want to look at. Now, I only have news headlines, press releases, SEC, and world news headlines. I kind of like the bigger stuff. Some of these Benzinga signals and Benzinga wire, it's more like speculative, really speculative, really speculative, where people, it's their opinions and things. I want to hear from the company itself. So you can always choose what news sources you want. You can set your importance meter. So basically, how important is this thing to the company? You can turn it off. You can turn it low, mid, high, custom importance meter, and then for the scanner, you can set like a price, the price that you want for your ticker or whatever like that. You can also set this to a specific watch list. So if you have created a watch list of, let's say 30 things, and you're looking for news on those 30 things this morning, well, you can set it only to look at that watch list. Across here, okay, we went over the importance, the scanner, the watch list. You can also have notifications on here, market cap, what dates that you want to look at if you're not specifically looking at just day trading, and they pop up here. They populate here any new news based on those news sources and all of the things that you selected. So yes, you can do that on here. Let me make sure I read that. So of any way to filter for just like a sector's news? Yeah. Okay. So where's the sector? So in a scanner, let's go to sector. Where is a sector? Sector. And what sector would you be interested in? So here's a sector right here, GICS sector. And you can choose, let me see, what is it saying? Now let me pull it down. Maybe I have to select something else with that. I don't know. But yeah, you have a sector there. Maybe I have to do it in something else, but I don't know. It's there. I might need to complain about that and see why that's not allowing me to do the drop down, but yeah. If that was what you were asking, could you do it by a sector, and could you do all the updates or whatnot? But yeah, I've been playing around in these different tabs here. It's a lot of stuff to go through, like a lot. Let me go to sensor market. like let's say with Apple, it'll show you, you know, what politicians are trading this, you know, what are they moving on the year. Let's go to Nvidia. Nvidia. Here we go. All right, so let's go down and see what we got here. Options trading, premium, blah blah blah. Latest news. Pretty much showing where all the institutional traders are sitting and all of that good stuff. Lots of information, and plus you can always sign up for emails on here, so you can subscribe to the email, so when any of this information changes, they'll just email you like, hey, this politician is doing XYZ. All right, but yeah, for now we just got these two up that are Sun and SVRE. Yeah, cable Benzinga, like I know people are like, yeah, this is high price or whatnot, 197, but I'm like, bro, if you could just make $100 or $50 a week, that gets you most of the payment done. So, you know, just make 50 bucks. Or, matter of fact, 25 bucks. Just eat into the payment until you can pay it off. Because it does have a lot of tools and they listen when you complain. Oh, that's another thing. They dropped a let me see if I still have it. They dropped all of the hot fixes and things that they actually fixed in this current version. Dang, do I still have that message? I have received the message. I know I got it on email and I got it in here, but I don't know where it is. But yeah, when they do these big massive fixes, I love to look in there and see that they actually fixed something that I complained about. Um Dang, I don't know where it is. I'm not gonna do too much digging. But yeah. Right now, SVRE just treating this ATR high as a new resistance, that 268. So it's not just the ATR high, it's actually a gap fill here as well that it's kind of struggling with. Sun running out of that volume. We're gonna see if something comes and eats both of these up. We looked at oil, we looked at the SPY. What else? What else has come up today that could be concerning? Let's go back to Yahoo Finance. Extra 10% tariff. July could set the tone for next earnings cycle. Risky trading could keep outperforming this summer. Probably. Okay. Oh, let me go to here and let's go jump over to TradingView. So TradingView, this is what Bitcoin is looking like today. So over the weekend, it has continued to test this high of 110. I have a bunch of crypto. I actually found one this weekend called Newt, NEWT. It's an AI-based crypto, and it just opened up. It's like the price right now is like 32 cents. So I just put $10 in it just to be holding some. But I'll probably, I mean, if it performs well, I might add to it. But I mean, it's 32 cents. So I was like, yeah, you know, I could spend a little lunch meal on this and get a couple of coins. And that's pretty much how I do crypto. Like I'm not too like micromanaging it and all of that. I just spread the butter, get a little bit, get a little bit, get a little bit until it's a lot. If it continues to perform well. But yeah, Bitcoin definitely looking upward. Ethereum is the coin that BMNR was ripping on. That it was investing or supposed to be investing 250 million in Ethereum backed coins or just Ethereum itself. So yeah, this is Ethereum, and I just want to see this thing. I want to see Bitcoin rip this top. That's what everybody is waiting on. Rip that high. which I think it could, because looking at the overall market has just been ripping new highs anyway. It came up here to 23,000. I mean, just insane moves. So I am very in favor of that happening. And BMNR came down. It's just playing with people's souls right now. It still doesn't even have a million shares traded. SVRE, what are you doing? See, this is what I hate about these type stocks. They'll do a nice, pretty pump up, and then they'll rip all the way back through. And this is the 1 minute chart. So let's go look at the 5. Let's not get entangled with the 1 minute before we see the higher time frames. So this is the 5 coming back up here to this previous test level of the 290s. Let's also look at the 15 on SV. So the 15, we can see this topping tail stopping right before it gets to the 298, looks like, or maybe it'll get over it. We don't know yet. Point of control on the 15 is at 304. So that $3 level is where people got really brave there. It's tap that point of control exactly to the 304s, and let's see if it gets slammed down off of that. Let's go to the 5 minute and start working our way back down here. See that 304 holds. Not really holding. So this snap down could be ugly. Let's see on the 1 minute what that's looking like. High of day was 337. Looking for a nice one. Nice one. Bottom of this candle is a 294. 8 million shares. It's about to take the #1 spot on the day. It only needs 2 million shares to steal SONN spot. And there's that nice little pullback that we always talk about on these Israeli stocks. Get you to buy the break up here at 334 and then take your soul for a little bit. Bottom of this is 318. Still, I don't think I saw any news on, no news on this one. All the way back down. Come on back. Come on back down under 3. You know you want to. All right, but yeah, that one's going to end up leading the day. Sun just dried up here in no man's land. Very unpredictable little ballerina here. Yeah. Now, imagine, we look at this and because we're not in it, we're like, wow, this is a great move. But imagine you're in this and it's stretching out and stopping you out all the way under, breaking down lows here. Let's say if you put your stop out at 314, it would have got you. It would have got you and went right back up. Same thing with most of these candles. You put your stop out in, it comes and sweeps you out. Like this little green candle, look back here. So it was 249, swept right under that level, caught some people and started going right back up. So this move is a little definitely tricky to say the least. This low here, let's say if they got in, put a low at 312. Let's see if it goes and swings down and gets those people at 312. Let's see if it gets them. Nope. It is not going down. Bottom side of this one is 343. No catalyst on it. Up 76%, is taking the lead on the day. So Sun is nowhere to be seen. SVRE is the pre-market watch with no catalyst. I'd be so mad if I was down here and it just swung down and got me out. And now it's up, you know, $1 away from where it was for no reason. So this one has 13 times its regular R-vol, so it is definitely abnormal. Okay, so we had, what do we say? The 312s down here. Let's see if it swings back down here to the 312s. Stops these folks out. They feel real safe at this 312 level. It got pushed down, so it showed that sellers were winning, and then all of a sudden sellers are losing. But let's see if it swings back through 312. Wow. Okay. Well, continues to give these signals like it's gonna fall, topping tail, then blowing past it, topping tail, then blowing past it. That's kind of crazy. Top and tail should be telling you that it's gonna fall. It did it over here. Did a top and tail and came down some. Did a top and tail and came down some. And now it's just no pattern. Top and tails don't mean anything. Looks like. Let me go look at the 5-minute. I'm looking at the one. Let me look at the 5. 5, 15. Yeah, look at this. Top and tails just not meaning anything, even on the larger time frame. Back to the 5, back to the 1. Bottom here, 334. Let's see if it swings and gets those people. Hmm. Wow. Wow. Okay. And slightly broke this high. So that just stopped shorts out right there. If a short had their stop out at 367, stopped. Let's see if it continues to drag down. So it's stopping out longs and shorts on this. This one is a little bit dangerous. Look at that. Just a tip, just literally stopped them out and now they're down. Or they would be in the profit here. Let's see if it continues to break down. Can we get this 334? 334. Get that stop out. 334. Almost got it. And then down here, 312 was the original position I was thinking it was going to fail back to, but it just hasn't done it yet. That volume coming across on the sidebar there. A lot of trades going through at 350. What's up, Blessy? We're doing good over here. Basically, we have two stocks without catalysts that are up, and we're just seeing how the market makers play with people's souls by stopping them out, taking it back in a different direction. Really, and on this one, I don't even know how aggressive market makers would be because market makers want the price to stay in a range. This right here would even be dangerous for market makers. So I would say retail is the primary whoever is pumping this stock is the primary person that's profiting from this. They were probably already in from the top because it doesn't have any catalysts. Um, but yeah, I was looking for it to come back to this 312. It is getting there. Because that's where that first real short win was, and I was like, okay, was that real or fake? But it's looking like this one was real. It just did some sporadic movement up here because of no catalyst, and now it's breaking back down. So we'll see. But I'm sure people have their stops right here at 312, and they could get stopped out and it could go right back up. But this is like a mind game, seriously. Let's see if it hits it and then snaps back up from the 312. 320s. Come on down here. 312 and pop back up. 320. Not quite. Okay. 312 and then pop back up. Come on down there. Got 10 cents. 315. Very close. Very close. Maybe it's giving them hope not hitting that 312 just yet. Okay, 320. 8 cents to the downside is all it needs. 317. Get that 312. If it does do the 312 and pop back up, we know that it's playing with people's souls. It's just stopping people out. And the longer it sits here, the bigger the drop it may be. It may go ahead and get through 312. It keeps on sitting here like this. Hmm. Interesting. Ooh, that's some volume coming in right there. Very small movement to the upside with all that volume that just came in. More volume coming in at the 33s. It's gonna snap down here. Point of control has now moved to 329. Let's see if it gets under. Wow. Right to it. Right down to the 329. Bottom still is right at that 315. Let's see if it actually gets this 312 and pops back up. It gave them hope stopping right before it. Let's see what it does here. That's 312 tap, stopping them out right there. Let's see if it pops back up. 312 right up back over 312. That's 308. Let's see 312 back up there real quick. 310, 11, back over 12. Back over 12. You got it. Ten seconds left on this 1 minute candle, and I'm thinking it's gonna get back over 12 just to play with people. Let's see. Back to $3, and now the pop back up. It's got the stop outs. It's got everything it wanted. Now 302. There's 307. Gotta see those 310s back up there. 304. It's slowing down here. Well, we got the break of 312, but I don't know if it's gonna recover it with no catalyst. Who wants to buy this is the question. Yeah, it's looking like it wants to go back down to ATR high where that gap fill is now. We'll see though. It's been a little tricky. Top side of this candle is a 310. Okay, so just tapping the bottom side of this 1 minute, which is the 293, making a lower low there. There's a pop up. Will it get back over 312 here? 303s, 304, 305. Yep, 9. Yeah, it's playing with people's souls. This isn't what I want to be a part of. This is crazy. Broke it and right back over 312s. Has 15 seconds until this closes. $306, 7. Yep, there's 312 tap back up. So it went through it, came back up to it. Okay, still trading under the point of control where the majority of trading has occurred during this pre-market. So that could become a permanent wall right there at the 330s, but we'll see. Top of this is 314. So it did do the tap back, and now let's see if it's going to make a decision to continue lower under 292 or hold around this 312. Let's jump back over to Sun and see what it's doing. It made a little move up, but still just not keeping up in the volume. SVRE is 19 times its normal volume. Sun is only 7 times its normal volume. So higher R-vol, higher interest on SVRE. I'm guessing maybe from the shorts on SVRE because no catalyst. And now it's starting to hover around this whole dollar level. Go to the 5 minute. 5 minute point of control is at the 284s. 15. Yeah. So it just looks like a big wiki mess. A lot of wicks in there. 15 minute has some issues at this 325 there. Wonder, is that going to continue to hold down? This candle can close like this. That's probably going to be a nice little resistance level at 325. But we're back over 312. So it broke down, stopped all these people out that may have had any kind of stop here at 312. Stopped them out, held here for a minute, made sure that they got stopped out, and now it's heading back up. So let's see if they can catch the shorts anywhere. The shorts, they have a level here at 335. Around 335 to 340 that it could tap up and then yank them down. But I don't know if it can go above that without a catalyst though. Let's get some power to the upside, baby. Aren't you glad you're just not in this? Like, imagine holding this and sweating bullets, putting holes in your floor. Let's see if there's anything. Refresh on the page, front page. Okay, nothing new there. All right, let's jump back over to Sun, and it looks like BMNR finally ended up falling on off. Came up here back to the 134s. Imagine getting into this with this low volume and being down $20 per share if you held that bag. Boy, boy, boy. Now that's some Monday morning pain right there. You've seen people, you've seen this big move. You come in, maybe you're a new trader or something. You're like, man, if only this thing can go back to 200. I think it can do it. I just buy it at 125 or whatever, and I'll be okay. And then you're down $10 per share on a low volume. It hadn't even reached 1 million shares traded, which is why a lot of day traders wait for that 1 million shares so they can see liquidity. Because when it's low volume, it can always dry up like this. I'd rather, instead of saying I think it's going to happen, let it happen and then trade the action within that. Where was we? Okay, so this thing's just chopping around. This is why Israeli stocks and Chinese stocks, I just kind of avoid them. Asian stocks in general, just kind of avoid them. Asian stocks, they really don't have, they can chop too. But it's their explosiveness to one side. Like you get in and it explodes down. It's like, bro, I just paid somebody's bills somewhere. Somebody's lights are on right now because look at this trash, man. Look at this trash. I don't even like you can't even really put an uptrend on this. It's like where it just keeps slamming through different things. Like, is that it or maybe it's this one? No, it's this one. I know one of these is gonna end up breaking down. back over to Sun. And this is another reason that, you know, with taking your time, reading the catalyst, reading through this stuff, hyper scalping is a great strategy, but it just never worked for me because I'm too analytic. I like to see the statistics. I like to see the numbers. I like to see the reasoning behind something and come into a thesis. You know, if I were to try to trade something that is this choppy, I'm telling you, you'd be sitting here watching me lose, you know, $400, $500. But when there's reason, it makes sense and I can form a thesis behind it, that's when I'm confident. I'm like, forget selling. I'm holding this. You know, the news is too good. Too good. And look at this way. Now, we said that it had this point of control right up here to 330s. Let's see if it snatches shorts in around this level of the 330. And the point of control just moved down there. But let's see what it does right here at 330. Is it going to snatch their souls? The top of this was 330. It just tapped 330. Can it get a little bit higher? A little bit higher. 331. There's 332. Ooh, they barely let that get up there. Come on, just a little bit higher. Man, they really didn't want that 330 to clap. It touched 333 there. Wow. Wow. Well, that was before well, that didn't last as long as I thought it was. I thought it was going to actually get up here to maybe the 340, then do a big snatch. All right, so this time, if it gets back through 312, I'm thinking it's staying under 312. $313. One more big slam down. It tapped 312 right there on this level. Yes, sir. Go ahead and take all their souls. Be the reaper that you are born to be. Coming down to this, there's a little hope at this trend, but I think it's going to end up breaking through. All right, and it's the top of the hour too. So let's see, top of the hour, new candle. Ooh. Okay. See if we can get that push on through $3 flat. We got something new popping up. It does have a catalyst on the day, ARTL. It is a little bit more expensive. Let's go look at what this catalyst is. ARTL. Okay. ARTL Biosciences. It says Artello Biosciences shares are trading higher after company announced preclinical efficacy with ART 12.11 in a stress-induced depression model. So let's do some more reading into this, and let's go look at the float as well. So shares float is under a million shares traded. Let's go to the overview. Zoom down. Overview here. It says Artello Biosciences Inc. is a United States-based developmental stage biopharmaceutical company. It is engaged in the development of therapeutics that target lipid signaling pathways, including the cannabinoid system, whatever, a family of receptors and neurotransmitters that form a biochemical communication network in the body. It is focused on discovering, licensing, developing, and commercializing treatments that control this system. The company pursues technologies and programs that offer proprietary approaches to cannabinoid-based therapies and those derived from the cannabis plant and synthetic cannabinoids, as well as new chemical entities and compounds. The firm's flagship program is designed to be a patent protected cannabinoid drug. So this is marijuana. Let's go and open up this company page there. Okay. So this is what we got: modifying lipid signaling pathways to improve treatments for people living with cancer. Okay, so this is their front page, investor portal. Let's go. Yeah, let's go to this one first. All right, the premise of modulating lipid signaling pathways. Learn. Okay, blah, blah, blase. Let's go to our pipeline. Chemotherapy. So a lot of cancer out here. Son also had that ovarian cancer, and that may be something that's going to be circulating. This one has breast, prostate, weight loss, muscle wasting. Okay. So yeah, they got a couple of things, and these are the developers that are, I guess, working with them. Because this is Astra's. Wait, no, this is not their drug. This is this company's drug, AstraZeneca, and then Stony Brook University, and then Artello. So they have only anxiety and depression, but they're trying to break into these spaces. I see. Okay, so that's why they're in preclinical. They're basically at the theory mode of what they're doing, of what they're trying to do. Let's jump over to investor portal. All right, so announces positive preclinical efficacy with this stress-induced depression. This isn't even cancer. This is just depression. Okay. Clinical stage pharmaceutical company focused on blah, blah, blah. Novel highlights robust antidepressant-like effects. So these are the highlights, what they actually are trying to sell to you today. So we have robust antidepressant-like effects. We have restoration of hedonic and social behaviors, superior cognitive restoration, differentiated therapeutic profile, and those are the highlights. So nothing dealing with cancer here. So that one, let's see if it just drops through the floor. So ARTL had a high up here of 33.14. Let's go look at the daily chart here. Let's go look at the daily chart. So it closed at $10 on Friday. It is now up to, let me clear this drawing set. It is up to $26. So let's zoom back a little bit. Okay. So 26 is right above this level. So it's got this 25, 55-ish level here, but this is a depression drug. This isn't cancer. So we'll see how that goes. Let me flip this over here. See how much volume it has. Only has 2 million shares of volume, which is probably why it's not experiencing that much explosion. But I don't know how people are going to be feeling about a depression drug. And then the bottom of this wick is down here at 2050. So we got two daily levels here. Let's go ahead and change these names. So we got daily, unconfirmed resistance, unconfirmed resistance. Okay, and then today's date is July 7th. Copy that. And okay. All right. And then we have some unconfirmed support down there, looks like. So we will remove this and duplicate. And we don't know if 2050 is going to be support or not. So I'll change that to unconfirmed support. All right. And now let's jump down to the 15 minutes and all of that good stuff. All right, so 15 minute, we struggled here at the 2804. 2804, edit 15 minutes. resistance. Okay, so we got those two unconfirmed resistance and support levels here. Then we got on the 15 minute, this 28, pretty much 28 flat. Let's jump down to the 5 minute. So it's just in this level here. Going on down 5 minutes, really not as clear. Got to kind of wait to see where this thing lands. But yeah, definitely in this zone here of unconfirmedness. But it's up 141%. So, but I don't know. How y'all feeling about depression news? Y'all into depression? Y'all think depression can take us up 300%? Because it's already up 148. And plus, there's no real looking for any kind of trends. It hasn't really formed a trend yet. So, see about that. It's coming back up and trying to test this little 2566. Yeah, they getting batted down off of that 2566 there. What's the hashtag they use for mental health stuff? Hashtag for mental health is, I don't know. I don't really know. Um, but yeah, I don't know how depression is going to perform here, especially on this low volume. Only with 2 million shares being at this price range. The problem with low volume and high price range is the spread. Because the spread, as that volume begins to dry up, that spread gets wider. Right now, the spread right here, you can see is 20 cents. It's 20-cent spread. So, the less people we have to throw the price back and forth between each other, the more this thing can kind of, really get a little unstable for sure. But yeah, swinging back into these lows, and we'll see if it ends up holding up the 24 flat or if it wants to go ahead and dump through that. Right now we're looking at the 1 minute. Let's go back up to the 5. 5 minute is showing a little walk down pattern here. Let's go down to the 15. 15 really showing quite a bit of downside. The point of control on the 15 is at $24, pretty much flat, 24 flat. On the 5 minute, the point of control, it is trading below the point of control on the 5 minute, 26.37. And then on the 1 minute, the point of control is all the way up here at the 28. So definitely a lot of distance, and it's trading below on 2 other price levels. It just needs to get below on the 15 minute. So it's curling out of there a little bit. It has a bottom side of 25.14, but it is the only thing up right now with catalyst. And I don't know how much people are going to read into that catalyst like I did. So coming up, and it just drug that point of control down. So the point of control was at 28 flat. It needs to get back up there. It drug it down though. We don't want to see that because that means more people are accepting the price going lower, and the point of control drags down. So they need to get it on back up there to 28. We do have this unconfirmed resistance level. So if it gets back below 25.53, we could see this becoming true resistance here. Pushing on up there a little bit. So it did get back up to that 28, but it's got to pull that point of control back up though. Not enough action up here at that 28 to pull it up. About 20 seconds left, and it's back below the point of control. And again, we don't want to see that because that means more volume is coming in under this. So let's go back over to the 5 minute. And this is what its point of control is looking like at that 26.37. forming that topping tail after this descending pattern or whatnot. Let's go to the 15. Still nice and red. So we're looking for some confirmation over here for these to go red. And they're looking pretty bearish here. Holding under the 28. Looking down here towards the 2403. Only 2 million shares traded on this one. Right back to that point of control with a lower high and snatching down. Wow. And look at the spread, 50 cents, 60-cent spread right there. Oh my goodness. Okay, so if you use market orders or you're using limit orders or whatever and you're trying to get out, let's say if you bought low on this and you're trying to get out around 28, that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard. Look at that spread. Woo. That is nasty. All right, so all we need to see is a breakdown of 26.31 back towards this resistance. Back under this, I will put confirmed resistance on 25.75. Let's see you go ahead and snatch back. Got about 30 seconds left here. Looking for the snatch back off that level of 28. It did create a lower high here. So this one was 28.67. This one was 28.54. So a little bit lower high. 15 seconds left. Look at that spread. Oh my goodness, man. Whew. Somebody's sweating on this. So all it needs to do now is break down this point of control in 27.30s. 27.30 breakdown. $27.30. Where you at? $27.59. $27.60. Look at this spread, bro. That spread, bro. Come on now. No way that spread's that big. Yeah, this is a nasty mover here. Let's see if it snatches back under 28. 28. Crucifixion. That's a nasty spread right there. Not to 3 million shares traded yet. Still on that struggle bus. There's 28. Go ahead and break it down. Get back under this point of control. Point of control is right here at 27.36. 27.36. Whew, boy. It's jumping from like 30-cent spread to $1 spread back to 30 cent. It's crazy. And back under this 2804, this will be confirmed 15-minute resistance. And we'll just start to confirm the resistances as it's coming down. It's 28. Go and get under that point of control there. You're almost there. You got it. Point of control move back up to 2802. Looks like it's about to get under it. Let's see if we can see 27.75. Yep. Little peak down there. Man, that spread is crazy. All right, so now opening under this level, continuing to battle with the 28. So has room down here to the 25.66. 25.66. $0.50 spread, 30-cent spread, 20-cent spread. Okay. So breakdown of 27.50. 27.50. Just getting maybe a couple hundred to 1,000 shares traded per second. That's not great. Breakdown under 28 again. Still has room to this 25.66. They just don't know when it's going to do it. All right, 27, 26, a little slip. So we got 25.66 down there. Almost got it. Almost got it, but now we're definitely, this is a confirmed resistance at this 15-minute. We got 25.66 is sitting on. It might sit around here for a little bit because that's kind of like a significant level on the daily. But let's see if it just continues to crash out. Bottom of this is 24. Okay, so it does want to sit here for a little bit because that, I was about to say, that's a daily level. So I don't know. Yep. So it's going to have to play here, but it is under the point of control. Let's go to the 5-minute. Ooh, look at that 5-minute. Ooh. See, this is why you got to back up. Look at this. That's an engulfing candle. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go to the 15. Wow. That is a huge hangman. That's crazy. Yeah, so the point of control on the 15-minute is 24.68. So we have a range between 24.68 and, well, I guess it's below everything else. So let's see, 5-minute. Yeah, it's below these other ones. All right. Well, looking for the continued fade. Stopped right here on this level, this daily level. And now it just needs to break down 25 flat. May take it a while, but I don't think it's going to get back over 28s. I mean, it may be consolidating here, but it has news on the day, and this is all it's got for us. So I don't know on this one. It's going to need a lot more volume. It's got 8 times regular volume. It's up 159%, but depression, if this was a cancer drug, it would have been way, but I think people went and read the catalyst and things. That's why it's moving like this. Because they put their name beside things that they haven't done. So even on their site, they have other companies' drugs up there for cancer and stuff. Interesting. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's look at APGE. APGE. My fault. APGE. Let me make sure I didn't miss any other call outs here. Let me go back up here. Bam, bam, bam. APGE. Okay. So, bam, bam, bam. Okay. All right. So, Cable said my cheeks ain't wide enough for that spread. Oh my God. APGE, I think this is the one that you're talking about. Looks like it gapped from $47 up to 75. What is the, let's go look at the reasoning behind this real quick. Zoom up. Okay. So it says Apungi Therapeutics shares are trading higher after the company released a 16-week data from part A of the phase 2 Apex clinical trial of APG77 for moderate to severe atopic dermatitis. So that's basically swelling of your skin, like it's probably like some type of lotion or something, some type of cream that goes on your skin. Let's see. Let's go to the float here. So it looks like the float is about 58.31 million. When did this pop up? Popped up in, oh, this is pre-market, early pre-market, all the way to 75. Let me see how much volume this thing has. APGE. So it's up 17%. Ooh, the thing's got some low volume. It's got some competition on the board. It hasn't even hit 1 million shares traded. And like I said, it's for me in day trading, it's better for me to let the volume reach where I need it to go and then trade the price action than hope that the volume comes in. You know what I mean? Like you get into something that's not really moving and it never moves, because right now it's not even getting one share per second, or it's just barely getting a couple shares every couple seconds. But these up here, SVRE and Sun and ARTL and BMNR is kind of dried up. It's down 19%. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean that off. That one is dead. That one is dead. Clean that off. And then we got APGE. APGE. So up 75 and now around 60 or yeah, 56. So it's giving back $20 move. And it's gonna definitely, I mean, of course these can move on light volume, but when it has all this competition on the board, it's kind of hard for it to move. ARTL still populating around this 2566 level. So that daily level did come into service here for somebody. It probably saved somebody a little bit so they can get out a little bit higher, but it did stop before it got over that point of control. And now it looks like it wants to press this daily level downwards. Sun, SONN, not really doing much. SVRE continued to break down. This is this Israeli chopper, just chopping people up. And then the only one with catalyst today is very disappointing. Very disappointing. It's trading right on this level. And now the spread here is 1 cent, 2 cents on this daily level. That's scary, because it could easily open back up to the downside or to the upside. But I mean, I just feel that downside pull on it, but it's cracking down that level. So this is about to become confirmed resistance if it can come back and make a lower high than this 2566 level. But yeah, APGE, I don't know if that's a day trade. I think that's a dangerous day trade, especially now if it was the thing that was up and does it have catalyst today? Let's see. Let me see what the dates were on that. So that's today. It has catalyst for today. So it's being outperformed by other things that don't have catalyst, which is not a good sign. It says it's potentially the best in class anti-IL or interleukin 13 antibody. And you just put it on your skin. So let's see. Does it have any SEC filings today? It does have an SEC filing as well. Let's go read into this and see if they got any offerings set up, hidden agendas over here. So Apungi Therapeutics. Looks like we got make this a little bit bigger. Okay. On July 17, press release publicly available. Anything talking about money though? Clinical trials, so 123 adult patients. Treatment of patients, I would say C, led to rapid onset of itch relief and achieved statistically significant reduction. So they're working on itchy skin. And I don't know how that's going to hold up in the market. Itchy skin, just like depression, is they don't do, they're not super strong. Like if it was breast cancer, oh, dive in there head first, no helmet. But depression and itchy skin and things like that, sometimes you have to go and type up what diseases that this thing is and how rare is the disease, right? Because we look over here, we see APGE still continue to eat to the downside. All right, so let's go jump back over to where we at? ARTL. Okay, so we got the breakdown, and we're looking for this 2566 to become confirmed resistance. So again, it's double bottomed here at 2422, but we're looking for this 2566 to become a ceiling for it. Doesn't mean it won't pop through it a little bit, but I'm looking for it to, because it just like when it came down here, pop through this and pull back up on this daily level. It could pop through, but I'm looking for the shorts to attack it above this level. Okay, SONN. Okay, SVR just faded. Absolutely faded down to the bottom, back to the that ATR high there, 268, and right now it's being outperformed by things that are lower volume, and I'm just like, not really interested in that kind of move. I want you to be, once you take the lead, I want you to keep the lead, be aggressive. Okay, so that one, ARTL. Okay, so that's the little pop through I was talking about. It could pop through here. Now we're looking for shorts to batter this thing back below this level of the 2566. So we got the pop through. And again, it does have this double bottom here at the 2416. So this is going to be a very, this level is going to be very important for a breakdown, 2416 to break. Let's go back and look at the 15 minute. 15 minutes still looking real bad. And 15 minutes is about to close here in 5 seconds. I did not realize that. So it's going to be closing right at that 2566. And there's it. Wow, it opened up way lower. Gee whiz. That probably caught some people off guard. Okay. Let's go to the 1 minute. So it was above this and opened up below this level and now retesting this 2566. Very weird price action here, which tells us that the volume is probably getting drier and drier when you start seeing gaps on a 1 minute chart. Because 1 minute should be having a lot of volume, enough to catch it and not make any gaps, but that was a gap. So still up 150%, has this bottom at 2422 and may kind of idle around here, but I'm thinking it's going to do quite a bit of a drop. It has room all the way down here to the support level 2050. $5 drop. $5 drop. Still 17-cent spread. How's that even possible with this much? Wow, 17, like you can get filled anywhere, basically is what they're telling you. Okay, that's 25 flat. Let's see if we can go ahead and do a breakdown and retest this level 2416 right down to it. And that's a very important level that it double bottomed on. So let's see how easily it breaks this 2416. Does it show no respect? Right through it. Wow. broke that double bottom down. Came back up here, tested the daily level twice, made the lower high than it, and now has room down to this 2050. I don't know if it can stop. I don't know. I didn't see any other daily levels or anything that can stop it. So we'll see how it does below this 2350. Does it get some momentum to the downside? All right, back over to Sun. Sun over here, still outperforming the one with Catalyst. So gotta sit on my hands, man. Gotta sit on my hands. And this one was a cancer base. It had actual cancer, ovarian cancer, and some other actual cancers on it. So that's probably why it's kind of shooting up here. Up 56% with 16 million shares traded. We'll see if this one, I don't know what this one wants to do, but no catalyst. SVRE continued to fade off, so I think this one's done. And I think Sun may end up catching back up with it if people leave this one alone and just go back over to Sun. I think it's going to take the top of the day with no catalyst. Back over to ARTL. Okay, so we had this 23, but right now it has no type of uptrend here on the 1 minute. Wow, Sun, what in the world? You just appeared 620. Now you all the way down here. Why is this? No catalyst. Somebody bought the breakout up here and now they're down quite a bit. So looking at here, these were the keywords that I had marked for it. Biotech, cancer news from New Jersey, but without a day one catalyst. Came back up here, tested this little level here of the 6. We're getting another one. Oh, that one just popped up. It was LGPS, I believe. LGPS, yeah, that's it. Got catalyst on Dell. What? LGPS. And let's go look at this one. Okay, so this one is $2.08. It has catalyst on the day, so let's go read about its catalyst. LPGS. It says shares are trading higher after the company reported a year-over-year increase in fiscal 2020 or 25 financial results. We'll start with the press release to see what the company actually said about itself. Looks like it reported data here. So they have the approval of a cash dividend. Okay, well, let's just go through all of these since they're all this morning. Let's go through all of these. All right, so the first one, Log Pro Style Inc., a leading real estate renovation and resale development hotel and restaurant management company, today announced its financial results for the fiscal year ended March 31st, 2025. References in this earnings release to JPY, or is that Japan, or yeah, Japanese yen, and US dollar. Convenience translation. Okay, so is this a Japanese company? Let's go look at LP. Is this LGPS? Log Pro Style. What are you? Yep, Tokyo, Japan. Okay, so that's why they have the translations out here. All right, so total translation, but this is a real estate company. So, you know, a lot of days real estate isn't the hottest or the sharpest tool in the shed for sure on a day trade. But they brought in some revenue. Maybe this is something. Oh, and let's go, since it's real estate, forget all this. Let's go look at that dividend. What dividend they have? Let's see, where is that dividend? Let's see. And they got a share repurchase program. So they are repurchasing 543,000 USD of their stock. to be executed between July 31st and June 30th, or July 1st and June 30th, 2026. So plenty of time to do that repurchase. And that's all that says. What about the dividend though? Cash dividend here. Okay, cash dividend of board of directors 23 or 2 cents per share. Oh, 2 cents. I guess it is a $2 stock though, so 2 cents could be nah. 2 cents, nah. I'm cool. All right, so that is now taking the day, and it has both a catalyst and a SEC filing. So people probably look at this, but it is real estate, so I don't know how good that's gonna do. So it's just, I wish there was something better, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and throw that up there so I can watch that. Back over here to ARTL. Looks like the crucifixion actually happened. Let's jump back to the 5 and the 1 minute. So I said that it had room down here to the this daily support level. It has confirmed a little bit of resistance up here, so I'm going to change this to confirmed resistance. And it says tested that one. So it tested a couple times, but yeah, that's not looking great on ARTL. Still has room to go down. And looking like it's just walking down. No kind of uptrends to be seen there. Let's go over here to Sun. Okay, so it just dropped into non-existence and it's just trading around there now. And then LGPS. Real estate, really. Oh boy, it's a lot of traps here on Monday morning. But I am getting better and better at diagnosing traps. But anyway, this thing, let's see, we're coming 20 minutes into the top of the hour. It is over $2 right now. So it's meeting the price, but that catalyst and everything it's got going, the 2 cent dividend and all that, it's like, and let me see, is it quarterly? Is it 2 cents quarterly? Let's see. Dividend. Or is it monthly? This one is LGPS. And it didn't even pull up here. So it's not even registered as a dividend stock yet. Okay. Yeah, it's not registered. All right, it is what it is. Japanese Asian stock. So we got an Asian stock leading. We got Sun, which is a failing cancer stock with no catalyst. And then we got ARTL. ARTL still has not even reached 5 million shares traded yet. All that motion. Still trading below that point of control as well. And the 15-minute just continues to disappoint. Hit a low down here of 21.52. Sun snatching back down from that 625, coming back. It has the point of control on the 15-minute at 533. Then I got LGPS. Anyway, I'm still green on the month. You know, I only took one real trade on this month, and just kind of sitting in no man's land right now. This is my stats so far. So I took a trade on ATAI, took a loss on it, took another trade on VBOS, made 160, and then I lost 7 cents on another trade on VBOS. So right now the month just kind of sitting at 140, but I'm okay with that because that pretty much covers my Benzinga cost, which is 197 per month. So, you know, that's going to just looking for better trades. And today is the 7th. So, I mean, pretty clear. Now, I did take a trade on Friday, but the loss was so small. I don't even know if it calculated. I lost $3 on Friday. So I don't know if it actually saw that because I imported my trades, but maybe the bank hasn't updated or something. But I know there should be a red day on Friday for $3. Anyway, I don't know if this thing's gonna hold up too today. That weak dividend. Let's see if it brought it over. Nope, it did not bring it over. So maybe I have to pick. Maybe I have to do it later on today or maybe tomorrow when the bank updates. Did not pick it up. But yeah, $3. So a $3 loss off of that $31 would put me at 30 $136 on the month. $136 on the month. Sun getting slapped in the mouth very aggressively, running out of volume, not moving much at all. SVR, of course, is really with no day one catalyst. We got I just saw MBIO of 71%. It does have a catalyst on the day, so let's look over there. MBIO. Day one catalyst. So it says Mustang Bio shares are trading higher after the company was granted FDA orphan drug designation for astrocytomas and glioblastoma. So some cancer words there. Let's go look at MBIO and see what we can diagnose over here. MBIO. Okay, MBIO up quite a bit. Let's go back to the 1 minute. Okay, so it got going. Let's look at the floats. Key data. Float on this one is 4.378 million. Okay, does have catalyst on the day with it looks like 10 million shares traded, so it could be pressing up to be the number one on the day. But if it falls under $2, it's gonna be dead. That's gonna be dead for me. This thing is very close to $2, so if it fades at all, it's just gonna be in trouble. Let's go and look into its overview and all of this good news. Let's see. Okay. MBIO. It says clinical stage biopharmaceutical company on translating today's medical breakthroughs in cell and gene therapy into potential cures for hematologic cancers, solid tumors, rare genetic diseases. Its pipeline is currently focused on the core areas of gene therapies for rare genetic disorders, chimeric antigen receptor, engineered. Oh boy, that thing is pushing up 250. Engineered T cell therapies for hematologic malignancies and CAR T therapies for solid tumors. Let's go visit their homepage. Mustang Bio. Okay, a culture where innovation thrives. Where's your investor relations? Let's go to a news and events. Okay, so that's definitely out here. Mustang granted a orphan drug designation. I forgot what the orphan drug designation is. Let me go look at that. Look that up real quick. Orphan drug designation. Orphan drug designation. I guess I should say what is orphan drug designation? Okay, orphan drug designation is a status granted by the FDA to drugs or biological products to, okay, so you just cut off like, okay. Orphan drug designation refers to a status given to certain drugs that show promise in treating, preventing, or diagnosing rare diseases or conditions affecting fewer than 200,000 people in the United States. This designation grants the sponsor exclusive marketing rights for a 7-year period, along with other benefits to recoup the cost of researching and developing drugs for rare diseases. It does not guarantee that the drug is safe, effective, or legal. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do we need to reread that? Does not guarantee that the drug is safe, effective, or legal. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. So who's injecting this into themselves? Who's doing it? Who's going to be the first test subject? This is why you got to go and do that research, because sometimes I just don't remember all this stuff. Like I'll see orphan drug designation. I'm like, what is that? Oh, this is something that could possibly kill me. No approvals, none of that. Straight to the vein. So we have 3 stocks up this morning that have catalysts. The one that is outperforming everybody is the Japanese real estate company, which is insane. It has 30 million shares up. It is outperforming Sun, MIO, MBIO, and ARTL. So yeah, scary morning this morning, for sure. A lot of stuff that's could be deadly. Could get a lawsuit against it very quickly. All right, but yeah, so let's go ahead and surf back. ARTL pretty much dried up in volume. Not even 5 million shares traded. Sun. Bam, bam, bam. Reading is my superpower. All right, so MBIO coming on back down under $2. It's probably dead in the water. 16 million shares traded. It's probably about to take Sun's spot as the number 3 on the day. But yeah, definitely some danger in the water. The water is murky this morning, y'all. The water is murky. Of course, you're gonna come down real estate. You thought real estate was gonna rip? No way. No way. All right, SVRE is under 20%, so we're going to go ahead and clean that one off. We like ours to hold over 20% easily. Sun, what you got going on over here? Sun's been doing this this drop in top for a while, so I don't know about that one. It's about to get taken out by MBIO. Now, for the ATRs on these, LGPS has an ATR from Friday of 17 cents. So it normally trades 17 cents per day, moving in a range of 17 cents. Sun, SONN, has a ATR of 35 cents. So normally trades 35 cents per day. So it kind of moves. It kind of does move. MBIO has a normal range of 20 cents. And ARTL has a normal range of $2.05. So now let's look at the updated ATRs over here. So LGPS is 31 cents in comparison to 17. Sun is 53 cents in comparison to 35. MBIO is 30 cents in comparison to 20 cents. So I only moved 10 cents basically. ARTL is $3.58 in comparison to $2.05. So these ranges definitely have grown, but we'll see if they shrink back to their mother ATRs or their normal regular ATRs. All right. All right. So we've looked through, we've seen a lot. MBIO getting on back under that $2. If it goes under 2, it's gonna slip off my scanner. Yeah, so this is why we like to read, man. See if if the bark is worth the bite, right? Because all dogs that bark don't have the ability to bite correctly. All right, ARTL. Let's see. You got a little bit. You got just a little bit of a. Let's see. If you break that down, you got this top up here of 25.66. But your volume is still stupid low. All right, so MBIO. I don't know if this thing is going to be able to hold $2. Anyway, about to get ready for my morning meeting. I'll definitely update you guys if I see anything that I'm looking at that it looks like it's actually tradable. You know, a little bit of safety in there. I do my updates on Discord. So the Discord filters, it filters out to the other sites. The only thing is, I think when I go off stream, like if you're on Kick or you're on something else and you type into the chat, I don't know if we still see that. I think we do still see it on in the Discord, but yeah, if you have any questions or comments, definitely the best way to make sure they get there is go to the Discord, put them in there, and you know, if you have any questions about what I'm looking for or whatever, if I see it during pre-market, I'll definitely trade it for sure. But you know, I'm looking for one, catalyst. Two, looking for at least 1 million shares traded. Three, I'm looking for the low floats, looking for something that's up at least 20%, and looking for something with a RVOL that is abnormal, that is at least 5 times its regular RVOL. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of looking for. But I probably do more research than most when it comes to reading into it, because for me, I'm like, I have a day job. I'm like, I'm okay with just being okay, you know? I'm like, I'm cool. But if I can make $100, $200, $300, I will definitely take that snack, right? So I'm like, I'm cool. If it's not selling itself to me properly, I'm not about to be out here just swinging at the fences. And that doesn't mean that every trade is perfect. It just means that I'm going to do my due diligence on every trade. Because I could easily enter something, and I've had some that, you know, they've had great catalysts and everything, but they dip at the open, and I'm down, you know, $100, but then it pops, it reverses and pops back through. So it's like, you know, right idea, but I just had to wait for the idea to come to fruition. LGPS going on down there. So 2 of these are about to go back under $2. MBIO lower high there. Low here is $2. So it stopped right before that $2 breakdown. And yeah, but anyway, I'm about to go ahead and rattle it on down. Appreciate you guys for tuning in for sure. Like I said, if you need any help, if you have Benzinga and you need help setting it up, we can always jump into the Discord. They have video chat and all of that, so we can do a video call. Or if you need help in Thinkorswim, putting scripts in or whatever, you know, I do that too. So I got plenty of scripts over here, and you know, I do frequent the TOS, the Thinkorswim scripting community. I've been working on scripts for a long time, but you know, they always come out with new ideas. I mean, some of the ideas I like, but sometimes I like to keep it simple. And for me, you know, having the ATRs, looking for daily resistance and going level by level has been working. So I haven't really changed much. But I'm sure there's scripts out there that could align to your strategy or whatever. But it's the Think Script community. You just type it in Google, it'll come up and show you all these scripts and whatnot. You do have to test the scripts, make sure they work during regular hours, because if you test them in the simulator, sometimes it doesn't work as well, especially scripts that are tied to price or price action during the in the simulator. Sometimes they just don't work. So what you could do is just get on the live, and let's say if you are going to take trades with 1 share, you know, so you don't risk a whole bunch, and see how the script works for you. Anyway, I'm about to jump off of here for real. I'm tired of looking at these, and yeah, I'm gonna see if anything else pops up that's better. If not, oh well, we will be hands, or maybe something will pop on the other scanner. Maybe something will come up that is a higher float with some catalysts on the day that can actually make some moves. But we'll see. Nothing's there yet. On this higher float one, I'm looking for again the 20% up. Looking for floats above 10 million. Looking for a price above 2. Looking for volume above 5 million. Looking for an ATR of at least 30 cents because my average winners are about 30 cents. So I need it to be moving easily at least 30 cents. So it needs to be able to do that. So yep, it is what it is. But yeah, that's where I sit on the month and just waiting for another opportunity. Now, but it is what it is. We'll revisit that once I take a trade. But y'all have a good one. About to tune out, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Keep your head on the swivel. Let's see what we want to do here. Let's go with let's go with this one. All right.